The loss of nuclear power will result in higher energy bills for everyone in New Jersey, the loss of value in GDP for everyone in New Jersey, and therefore the loss of capacity to pay for renewables.
The average residential customer could see bills increase by as much as 25% through the end of June. 15 states have seen their home electricity rates increase by at least 10% from January of last year. But
there's no sugarcoating it. Energy bills this winter are going to be very grim indeed.
Still, many believe high electricity costs may be longer term, as power companies plan to spend the most money in decades to shift to renewable energy.
These spending plans have the potential to further boost rates.
The government doesn't want people using fossil fuels, which is what most of our energy comes from. You probably remember back when the government wanted people to quit smoking. Do you know what action the government took, which had the biggest effect on getting people to quit smoking? They taxed cigarettes so much that the price went from $1 per pack to $10 per pack. What do you think will happen to the cost of your electricity, which is from fossil fuels, since the government doesn't want you to use fossil fuels?
Just take a look at this month's electricity and gas bill to know what we're talking about. And you are not the only ones with the problem. We are talking about something truly worrying.
Half of New Mexico's billion-dollar oil revenue comes from drilling on public land, something that will now be restricted. Renewables can't yet fill the void created by shutting off oil.
President Biden has acknowledged that the fossil fuel era needs to end and has taken important steps already.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions.
One of his first executive orders was rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement. Another one was to cancel the Keystone XL pipeline between Canada and the United States.
The executive order I'll be signing establishes a White House Office of Domestic Climate Policy, the National Climate Task Force. The executive order also directs the Secretary of the Interior to stop issuing new oil and gas leases on public lands and offshore waters. They're going to cap those over 1 million wells.
Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead. Yet, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer wants to shut down a critical oil and gas pipeline. Her rationale, and she's afraid the pipeline might someday suffer a big spill, but she offers no real-world evidence that this is about to happen.
That oil from Venezuela is not going to come online for another 2 years. In Biden's favor, he is releasing oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserves, that 5 million of those barrels are going to China and other countries. U.S. refinery capacity is at a maximum. Biden, in May of this year, canceled one of the largest refinery expansions that could have relieved that pressure in the U.S. Virgin Islands in the name of stopping its pollutive impact. This was the intentional policy consequence of a president who made a campaign pledge to say that I guarantee you we're going to end fossil fuels. They induced the ESG cartel and others here at home to cause U.S. producers to produce less oil.
Tell me, how high do you think gas prices will be? Will there be a tipping point or threshold where you'll stop driving and take public transportation instead? Or maybe consider getting an electric vehicle?
Or better than that, how long before you make the smart move to go solar? New Jersey has been steadily decreasing the money that new solar owners get, increasing prices for their electricity, and denying applications to go solar more and more.
Right now, not much oil is being produced in the world. Many doubt production will be restored next year to the pre-pandemic level. At the same time, we have a global energy crisis with the sharp rise in gas and coal prices. As energy demands grow, the low production won't be able to meet the demand, which means prices continue to rise. Now, the problem is, many of the oil exporting countries don't have enough investment to return to previous production levels. Recently, British Petroleum has been gambling big on a fast transition from oil to renewables. That's because all major oil players are facing lots of pressure from government regulators.
Last year, long held as the oldest in the U.S., New Jersey nuclear plant closes. Increased rates, just as the CEO promised. PSE&G seeks rate increases, while most New Jersey electric bills will be going up. If you hit the subscribe button below, it'll bring you good luck and more videos.
When you solo with Walker Power, you solo with family.